will be reviewing some of my Thomas and Friends headcanons. So please enjoy. So let's start with the number one headcanon. Thomas was 105, built in 1915, and only worked on the line for 3 months because Thomas, the tank engine, had lots of accidents and was sometimes rude. So he was sent straight to Sodor, and that's where he lives today. Okay, next, about our number 2. Edward why Edward has a cab like this is because when he was pulling a train of munitions in 1922, he backed down to them, but there were also railguns fully loaded. Just with the slightest bump, it hit. The driver and firemen were also hit, causing severe injuries. And Edward, the blue engine, saw an explosion. That all happened in 1912, and he was sent to Sodor. Okay, number 3. Reason Henry was rude was when he was first built. As you know, he was a failure. But the builders were captured. He worked at a factory as a source supply. He hated it too. So this gave him anger issue. And yeah. Okay, number 4. Okay, Gordon, the blue engine, so pompous and so trying to impress, because one time there was a broken bridge and he flopped straight into the ocean. So he had to feel proud in case something like that happened again. Number 5. James has an extra pony truck because when they were building him, he was a regular class 25 until an accident. With no more options, they decided to make him an experimental engine for the London Midland and Scottish Railway. But they didn't like James as he was too small, so they sent him to Sodor. And his problematic stuff was nothing to worry. Number 6. Percy is actually...
Good morning, RJ.
Percy is actually just a figment of imagination. And he isn't really real. As the engine that is Percy was a steam engine. One without a face. Since Thomas didn't really have friends, he just imagined one on Percy.
One of my tomatoes coming up, Josh.
Named him.
One of them.
Toby.
So far.
Kobe
there's the second one.
had blue side plates because with an incident, he accidentally crashed in a car, hit a paint bucket, and blue spilled all over his side plates. He liked the color, so he asked Sir Topham Hatt if he could keep it. And he said yes, and there the blue side plates of him were born. Number 8. Why Dunk was sent to the Northwestern Railway was because one day he was pulling some trucks, but they were too heavy down a hill, and the trucks were being built. And as a result, he crashed through, hit a tunnel, and he was pulling explosive cars, causing an explosion, and Duck, the Great Western, then had issues with his emotions. He was angry a lot, sad, and mostly boasting about the Great Western. Donald Douglas. Donald Douglas weren't actually Caledonian, as they were built by the LNER out of scrap parts. 2 of them were part of Caledonians, and they were sent to the Caledonian Railway by the GNR, which is also the LNER. They soon became, and since that's why they have a dent down in their tender. And finally, Oliver. Oliver was sent to the railway after being scrapped, but he wanted this on purpose, as he knew if he would just hide for a shed in days, someone would eventually find them. So it was an old line, and they were tearing down old lines. This would be put in a scrapyard. He would be saved. So yeah, that's all the headcanons for today. So yeah, that's all, folks. Doo-doo.